Hello and welcome to NSN Connect, and in this series we are going to focus on school level vocational education in India, with the National Education Policy 2020 laying a lot of emphasis on vocationalization of school education to enhance the employability of youth. There are a lot of important topics that need to be discussed and evaluated to understand the way they get implemented. This series features conversations with Professor Vinay Swarup Mehrotra, who is currently the head for Curriculum and Evaluation Center and Center for International Relationships at PSSCIVE Bhopal. He is also the coordinator for UNESCO Univoc. In the first episode, to construct the larger context, we are going to look at many aspects of vocational education pertaining to the school level, specifically the benefits that could be very valuable for students, for youth, in deciding on their careers, and also the scope for employment. As some of you might be aware, NCERT, the national organization, has taken many initiatives through PSSCIVE Bhopal, and we would like to learn more about these initiatives. And we have with us a senior person and an expert who has spent decades in this area. So let me introduce all of you to Professor Vinay Swarup Mehrotra, a professor and head, Curriculum Development and Evaluation Center and Center for International Relationship at PSSCIVE Bhopal. He is also the UNESCO Univoc Center Coordinator, and he has got a lot of international experience as well, and he has worked on several projects concerning school level TVET or vocational education and training, including teacher education. So, sir, welcome to this talk. Thank you so much for accepting.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, so let me get started by asking you a simple question, but it might have a lot of complicated responses. So this has to do with the importance of vocational education and training at the school level in India.
Yeah, thank you, Madhuri ji, for this opportunity. I think it is a great opportunity for me to interact with the audience on issues and concerns and also the challenges that we are facing with regard to vocational education training at the school level. And your question is very important at this point of time when we have National Education Policy 2020. So, as you have rightly asked about the importance of vocational education training, because until and unless we understand the importance, we are not with it. And we always, as human being, looks at the benefits, and our interests are linked to the benefits. So India, as you know, has a large and growing population. And according to the official estimate in 2022, India's population stood at over 1.4 billion. And vocational education training can actually help address the challenges of unemployment and underemployment. Both are very important by providing students with the skills and knowledge that they need to succeed in the workforce. So vocationalization of education, I would say at the school level, is very crucial for the economic and social development of India. We have the largest youth population in the world. Around 66% of the total population, that is more than 808 million, is below the age of 35. And here is the challenge: to provide skills to these youths, not just youth, but also the adults who are looking for retooling or reskilling and upskilling. So we have school level education, which can play a very important role in terms of providing the skill development. And some of the important reasons which I would like to underline for the importance of vocational education at the school level are: the first one, I would say, meeting the needs of the job market. We all know we have a job market where skills are very important. It's not just about knowledge today, it's about also the skills that we need to develop amongst our youth. So vocational education programs can actually help to bridge the skill gap between the education system and the job market. So by aligning training with the skill needs of the industries and also the businesses, these programs can actually help to equip students with
Mm.
the skills. Now, when we talk about skills, there are mainly three kinds of skills that we need to look at. One is the vocational skill, obviously, when we are talking of vocational education training. The second is employability skills,
Mm.
which also includes most of the soft skills. And the third one is life skills or 21st century skills. We need to develop all these skills amongst our students right from an early age, which has been emphasized in the National Education Policy
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
We need to also encourage entrepreneurship. See, what is happening today is we are just focusing on job skills. Now, what we need to do is make our students job creators. And how is it possible? When we promote enterprise education in our schools. So vocational education programs can also promote entrepreneurship and self-empowerment. And by providing students with the skills to start their own businesses, it can contribute to the economic growth and job creation, just like entrepreneurs do. So this is another very important dimension of vocational education and training. So we need to encourage entrepreneurship in our schools, colleges, universities, for which government has taken initiatives like setting up incubation centers.
Mm.
The third one, I would say, it can reduce unemployment. So vocational education can actually help us to reduce unemployment by providing students with the skills and knowledge which are needed to secure or gain employment. Now, this is possible only when we provide skill training as per the needs of the employers. Now, what is the future career prospects? What are the future career prospects? What are the skills that are required in the future? So future skills becomes very important here. Like when we talk of the future skills, some of the skills are like related to artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
machine learning, Internet of Things, uh, coding. So all these skills have to be provided right from the schools. Now the fourth one is promoting social mobility. So what we need to do is we need to incorporate programs like recognition of prior learning for providing opportunities to students from diverse backgrounds so that they can acquire skills. So in this regard, I would like to mention here about the Skill Hub initiative, which has been
Yeah.
introduced by the government to provide skill development opportunities to all kinds of students, like whether it's a dropout or out of school education, or students who are already there. So these kind of short-term training programs have to be introduced to provide social mobility.
Yeah.
And this will also help reduce inequality and promote social and economic inclusion, which we are very much concerned about. That there has to be a gender sensitivity. Uh, no gender bias should be there in all the vocational education training programs. So how we achieve that? By promoting social mobility.
Yes.
Now, improving social inclusion is very important. So we need to
Mm.
improve that in order to ensure that every gender, not just the male, female, but also the third gender, gets an opportunity to get skills or acquire skills through these vocational education programs. The fifth one, I would say, improving the quality of education.
Mm.
Uh, so our experience is when we expand, then we face a lot of challenges in terms of the infrastructure, the material, raw material particularly, visits to the industries or field visits. So organizing all these things would we have to incur costs for this. So how do we do that? Keeping in view the quality of education or the vocational education, and also providing the practical and relevant training. So the challenge is how to generate resources to improve the quality of education within the given infrastructure or the raw material. how we optimize that in order to improve the quality of vocational education. So, but this can really help students to develop a well-rounded and practical education that prepares them for the workforce. So I think there are a lot of benefits are
Yeah.
attached to the vocational education and training. But we need to look from the perspective of how we ensure that these benefits reach the students, the youth, the adults who are looking at us for skilling, reskilling, and upskilling.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very detailed listing of the 5 important benefits, or let's say reasons why vocational education should be considered as important, especially at the school level. In this episode, we discuss the important aspects such as the benefits of vocational education, specifically at the school level. In the next episode, we are going to look at the larger context, why vocationalization of school education assumes a lot of importance in India. So look forward to the next episode, and in the meantime, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates from us. Thank you for watching.